Buddham 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 Vande Dhammam 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 Vande Sangham 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 Vande Buddham Dhammam Sangham Vande Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Attime bhikkhave punyabhisanda kusalabhisanda sukassahara sovangika sukhavipaka sangha sangvantanika ittaya khantaya manapaya Hitaya Sukaya Sangvatanti. Homage to the exalted one, the worthy one, the supremely enlightened one. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear friends in Dhamma, here today we are going to explain the streams of merit. Meritorious streams in the mundane level. The discourse is that it names in Pali Punnabhisanda, which comes in Anguttara Nikaya in Attaka Nipata. Here Punya means wholesomeness. Abhisanda means stream or river. Here Buddha has explained the highest meritorious streams in the world. Before we are going to explain this sutta, I would like to ask you, what are the meritorious deeds that we practice in our day-to-day life? Yes, we usually practice some meritorious deeds, such as 3 meritorious deeds. Especially in the discourse of blessings, Mangala Sutta, Buddha has explained some meritorious deeds that we can practice in our day-to-day life. Dhanancha, offering something to others, sharing something with others is a supreme blessing. Dhammacharyacha, living according to Dhamma is a supreme blessing. Mata Pita Upatthana, if we can take care of our parents, that is also one of the supreme blessings. Dhamma Savanam, listening to Dhamma in the proper time is a supreme blessing. Khalena Dhamma Sakaccha, discussing Dhamma in the proper time is a supreme blessing. Puttadarasa Sangho, helping your children, wives and husbands, also is a supreme blessing. Katanyuta, gratitude, is a supreme blessing. These are the meritorious deeds that we can practice in our life. Among them, Buddha has pointed out the highest meritorious deeds, meritorious streams that we can generate in our life. With the understanding of the world, with a clear understanding by himself, Buddha realized, discovered and proclaimed the truth to the world kindly. Here Buddha says, there are 8 streams of merit. There are 8 meritorious streams that we can make in our life. If we listen to Buddha's message, we can manage what are the highest qualities we can practice in our day-to-day life. When we discuss Buddha's message, actually, Buddha has given some teachings in the mundane level and supramundane level as well. Especially as followers, as disciples, you should be wise when you are listening to Dhamma, when you are listening to a speaker, Buddhist speaker. You should be wise to understand whether that person explains the qualities in mundane level or supramundane level. The qualities in the conventional truth or ultimate truth. If not, you miss a lot of things. That is why always, as audience, as disciples, as listeners, you should be very wise. If not, actually you are unable to get the real results from the message of the Buddha. Here, I am going to give you to that ability to understand when you are listening to something. As I mentioned before, Buddha has explained 4 karmas, 4 actions. Among them, 2 of them are very important. They are, Buddha says, there are some actions which are wide, that consequences wide results. There are some actions which are wide, that consequences wide results. It means if we do something with pure mind, something physically, verbally or mentally, completely our mind is pure, then our actions are also correct, they are wholesome. If we do something with a pure mind, with generosity and loving kindness completely, then those activities are wholesome. Those activities are correct and meritorious. But those actions belong to the samsaric circle. We are not still away from the samsaric circle, even though we practice some good deeds in our life. Always you practice generosity, you light candles, you offer flowers, you take care of monks, you do a lot of meritorious deeds in your day-to-day life. However, you are not away from ignorance or delusion. But however, when we discuss this level, we can generate a lot of positive thoughts in our life. And also we can reduce very first defilements, greed and anger. There are 3 unwholesome roots, negative thoughts, mainly 3. They are greed, anger and delusion or ignorance. Among these 3 defilements in this first level, we are going to reduce greed and anger. Because greed and anger cause us to fall into the lower realms. That is why Buddha pointed out in the very first level how we overcome greed or attachment and anger. We mostly go to the lower realms because of attachment. Especially human beings go to hungry ghost realm, Pretaloka. Because of severe attachment to their children, relatives, and their own properties and money. That is why Buddha pointed out us very clearly to practice generosity, offering something to others, and also practicing loving kindness. In this level, even though we practice good deeds, we still think that there is something outside. Even though we experience something, even though the experience ceases, we think that still those things in outside are happening. Even though you came here, even though you don't think your children, you think that they are playing, they are shouting, they are struggling at home still. It is true in this level, but when you go to the deeper level, in the supramundane level, actually that is no more true. There is something in this world, according to ultimate truth, absolute truth, they arise whenever we think about it. When we don't think, at the moment we don't have those things. If you think your mom at the moment, actually your mom hasn't passed away. Whenever you don't think your mom at the moment, your mom has passed away. When you don't think your dad, even though he is still living, actually he has passed away in your spiritual world. And that is the real truth. However, in this level, Buddha has kindly explained streams of merit that we can practice in our day-to-day life to become a blissful life hereafter. We need a blissful life. We have a real security that we never fall into the hell. That is the real security, safety insurance. Even though you have a life insurance, you have no real guarantee that you never fall into the hell. Even though you have many children who are well educated, who work in the Air Force or Army Force, actually you have no real security that you don't fall into the hell. Here. Yes, actually, here Buddha has pointed out the highest meritorious deeds that we can practice. You know, in the daytime, there are some stars in the sky, but you are unable to see the stars because of the sun. At night time, you can see a lot of stars in the sky. Like that. When you have a very strong, meritorious deeds, even though you have some kind of attachment with your children, because of your very strong, meritorious deeds like the sun, you can overcome, you can reduce the attachment of your primary things. That is the thing that Buddha has pointed out here, the highest meritorious deeds. How we light a sun, how we light a very strong light in our life with merits. Then gradually our attachment ceases. Because we have given the priority to these meritorious deeds. When we give the priority to these higher meritorious deeds, then even though you have attachment with your children, even though you have some severe attachment to your children, actually you don't remember much about them. because your spiritual world is higher. That is why here Buddha pointed out that we can create very strong meritorious deeds in our life. First, we discuss some qualities, some good deeds that we can practice in mundane level according to the Mangala Sutta or the discourse of blessings. Among them, in this sutta, Punnabhisanda Sutta, which comes in Anguttara Nikaya in Attaka Nipata, Buddha pointed out, Attime bhikkhave punyabhisanda kusalabhisanda sukasahara sovaggika sukavipaka sagga sangvattanika ittaya kantaya manapaya hitaya sukhaya sangvattanti. Here Buddha says, bhikkhus, monks, there are these 8 streams of merit, streams of the wholesome, nutriments of happiness, heavenly, ripening in happiness, and conducive to heaven, that lead to what is wished for, desired, and agreeable to one's welfare and happiness. What they are? Very first thing is that Buddha says, a noble disciple is going to the Buddha for refuge. Buddhaṃ saranam hoti. He who goes to Buddha for refuge, that is one of the streams of merit, meritorious stream. It means always the Buddha is in our heart. It means we trust in Buddha's enlightenment. It doesn't mean that we always should worship the Buddha. We trust, we are confident in what the Buddha realized, Buddha's enlightenment. And also we contemplate on the qualities of the Buddha. Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijjācarana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro puris dhammasarati sattādeva manusānam buddho bhagavati. Such indeed the exalted one, worthy, supremely enlightened, endowed with knowledge and conduct, well gone, nor of the world, incomparable trainer of persons to be tamed, the supreme teacher of gods and men, enlightened and exalted. When we think about these qualities, our mind is so pure and calm. We are happy. At the moment, the negative thoughts are not in our mind. Our mind has no space for negative thoughts such as greed, anger, ill will, jealousy, no defilements, no negative thoughts, because it is like a sun in our heart. It is one of the meditation techniques, contemplating on the Buddha Anusati. Among the 40 meditation techniques in Buddhism Samatha, Buddha has pointed out one of them is that as the contemplating on the qualities of the Buddha Anusati. Again and again, we contemplate on these qualities one by one. Arahang, Samma Sambuddho, Vijjācarana Sampanno. This is the one of the paths that we can purify our mind from negative thoughts. Among them, contemplating on the Buddha is, or going for refuge to the Buddha, Buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi, is a stream of merit. Next, Buddha says, a noble disciple is going to Dhamma for refuge. Dhammaṃ saranam hoti. He always contemplates on the qualities of the Dhamma. Swakhato bhagavata Dhammo. Dhamma is well expounded by the Supreme One. Sanditiko, visible result, akaliko, immediately effective, opanayiko, leading onwards, ehipassiko. You can say, want to come and see. Pacchatthang veditabbo vinyohi, to be personally realized by the wise. When we think these qualities of the Dhamma, that is also one of the ways that we can purify our mind and we can generate positive thoughts in our mind. What is the Dhamma? Dhamma means the reality in this world that Buddha has proclaimed to the world. Sabba papa sakaranam, not to do evil, kusala supasammada, doing good deeds, sajita paryodapanam, purifying one's mind. This is the message of the Buddha. When the Dhamma is in our mind, at the moment, our mind has no attachment to our children. But we do our duties as mothers, as fathers, but they are not, we don't give the priority to them in our mind. And then the next one, a disciple is going to the Sangha for refuge. Sangham saranangato hoti. Sangham saranangacchami. I go to the Sangha for refuge. It means that we follow the Sangha, the noble disciples of the Buddha who attained enlightenment, who are practicing to attain the enlightenment. When we think about their qualities, our energy, our courage gradually increases. We also should follow them. Our inner courage gradually increases when we think about Reverend Sariputta, Reverend Moggallana, Reverend Mahakāśyapa, Reverend Rahula. Then they are our friends in our spiritual world. Then in our mind, we have no bad friends or bad politicians in our mind. Then they are our friends, even though they have passed away. Still they are alive in our mind as our close friends. We have some discussions with them mentally. And going to these three refuges, the triple gem, are the supreme blessings, and also they are highest meritorious streams, meritorious rivers. Not only that, next Buddha says there are other 5 things that we can generate in our life. And here Buddha says, mendicants or disciples or monks, these 5 gifts are great, original, long-standing, traditional and ancient. They are uncorrupted as they have been since the beginning. They are not being corrupted. Now nor will they be. Sensible, ascetic, and Brahmins don't look down on them. They appreciate them always. What? They 5. Buddha says in Pali, his language, Panchimani bhikkhave dānāni, mahādānāni, aggadānāni, rattanyāni, vansanyāni, pōrānāni, asaṅkinnāni, asaṅkinnas pubbhāni, na saṅkiyanti, na saṅkissati, appati kuṭṭhāni, samanehi brāhmanehi viññohi. Buddha says here, when we practice these 5 qualities, ascetic people and Brahmins, they appreciate us. They never neglect us. And also the special thing that we do here, when we practice these 5 qualities in our life, we give fearlessness, enmity, fearlessness and loving kindness to the world. He who practices these qualities never gives to the world fear, enmity and doubt. What are the qualities that we can practice to gain these advantages, benefits? The very first one is Pāṇātipātā Veramani Sikkhapadan Samadhiya. How nice. We always recite these things. We observe 5 precepts always. Sometimes we think that it is not important, but how important they are. Actually, if we can abstain from taking life, we give fearlessness, loving kindness to the world. If we practice these qualities, the people who are around us have no doubt, fear, enmity. The second one, Buddha says, he who practices the second precept never gives fear to the world, which is Adinādāna Veramani Sikkhapadan Samadhiyāmi, abstaining from stealing. If a person doesn't steal, we have a respect to him. We are confident in him. We can give him to anything because we trust in him. The second one. The third one, abstaining from sexual misconduct. Kāme sumicchācāra veramani sikkhapadan samadhiyāmi. And musāvādā veramani sikkhapadan samadhiyāmi, abstaining from lying, telling lies. And also Surameraya Majjapama Daṭṭhāna veramani sikkhapadan samadhiyāmi, abstaining from intoxicating drinks and drugs causing heedlessness. Buddha says very clearly, by practicing those things, by so doing, they give to countless sentient beings the gifts of freedom from fear, enmity and ill will. And they themselves also enjoy unlimited freedom from fear, enmity and ill will. These are gifts which are great offerings, original, long-standing, traditional and ancient. They are uncorrupted as they have been since the beginning. They are not being corrupted now, nor will they be. Sensible ascetics and Brahmins don't look down on them. They are the kinds of overflowing merit, meritorious streams, meritorious rivers. And here in this level, Buddha says the 3 refuge or 3 triple gem and 5 precepts. 5 precepts. In our Sinhala tradition, we should know Haya Hatara and Atapaha. We should know 6 and 4, and also we should know 8 and 5. Haya Hatara means, 6 and 4 means 6 divine beings and 4 means 4 hells. And Atapaha means 8 and 5 means 8 precepts and 5 precepts. Paha is here. Nitya Pansil, Pohayatasil. Regular life we should practice 5 precepts. On 4 days we should practice 8 precepts. That is our tradition. And 6 4 සහ 8 5 දැන ගැනීම. අද දැනගත්තනේ? වා කල් ගියානේ දැනගන්න. However, We have to spend a lot of years to understand. අපි දන්නේ 3-5 විතරයිනේ. We know only 3 and 5 in the kitchen. It means spices 3 and yes, 3 and 5. In this level, actually, if we have practiced those things, actually our mind is rich in merits. And we always live with the triple gem. Every day we remember these 3 things, the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha always. Whatever we do everything keeping them in our mind, in our heart. We are not alone. We are not fear. We have not doubt because of these 3 things. Not only that, immediately we are going to refuge to the triple gem, we practice 5 precepts. As soon as we go to the triple gem for refuge, immediately we practice 5 precepts. Because we know very well this is the real safety, security in our life. Not only hereafter, but even in this immediate life. While we are living in this society with other people, if we can practice these things, actually we offer fearlessness, loving kindness, compassion to the world. Not only that, when we practice these things, we should try to give other people also these 3 things. Buddha says very clearly, if you have a friend who trusts in you, who is ready to listen to you, if you are trusting the triple gem, you should introduce them these 3 triple gems. Not only that, you should encourage them to practice 5 precepts. Then you have no fear, no doubt, no enmity about them. When they practice 5 precepts, actually, especially in the current society, the 5 precepts are very needed in this current society. Previously we have some problems, such as, living problems, cost of living, and some, diseases. Those are the problems that we had previously, yes, in the past. Now, what is the problem in the current society? Doubt about our life. We are very doubtful when a person kills us. It is not only in Negombo in Sri Lanka. That problem is same in France, in England, even in the USA. Everywhere we have this problem. If we want to overcome this problem, we should introduce this concept to the world. If people in the world practice these 5 precepts, actually we have no doubt, we have no fear, no enmity among the people. And also, this is the real security in our life, not only not falling into hell, but to live as a peaceful life in this immediate life. And also, when we go to the triple gem as refuge, actually we have a real confidence in our life. And also we generate positive thoughts always. When you have a best friend who has a lot of good qualities, when you think about that person, you are so pleasant. Your mind is so happy. Why is that? That person has good qualities. And when that person comes to your house, You prepare a lot of things to for that person, because you are so happy about that person's quality. Like that. If we think always the triple gem, actually their qualities are very high. Buddha, the person who developed his mind with compassion and wisdom to the maximum level in this world, and also the Sangha, who gave up everything in the name of liberation, and who dedicated everything for the longevity of the dispensation of the Buddha. When we think about their noble qualities, actually we are also encouraged by them. And also we are happy. When we think them, we are so happy. We have no negative thoughts in our mind at the moment whenever we think about them. That is why we always think about the triple gem, the three refuges. And also not only that, when we have a confidence that we practice 5 precepts, we are very proud of our behavior. We have no regrets. We have no problems in our life, and nobody can criticize us because of our correct virtuous life. And actually, not only we protect 5 precepts, but 5 precepts protect us. We may think that Mama Pansil Rachino, I protect Panchasila. No. The 5 precepts protect us. That is why Buddha says, Dhammo have rakkati dhammacharim. He who practices Dhamma is protected by the Dhamma. And not only we practice these things, we should give this heritage to our next generation too, if we are kind to them. And these are the things that Buddha explained as streams of merit, meritorious streams. If we have these qualities in our life, it means we have a confidence that we never fall into the hell. That is the real security, safety, refuge in our life more than other things. And actually this is the heavenly path. In this sutta, Buddha has explained only the heavenly path, the path to blissful life. But I would like to explain the next thing too, that the deliverance path too. Here, the nature of this attitude is that when we experience something, we think, I experience something as it is. And also we think, if I experience something, if I experience this as a chair, everyone can experience in the same way. Actually, this is the chair for my world. If there are some ants in this chair, sometimes it may be a house for him. Sometimes it is a food for him. It is not a chair for the ant. This is a chair for my world. And also, if there is a scientist here who always does some research about atoms, and this is one of the group of atoms for him, his world. This is a wall for me. I am unable to go through the wall. If there is a ghost here, this is not a wall for him. He can go through the wall. He can see through the wall. This is the absolute truth. But in this level, we are unable to think it. We always try to make a very pleasant world outside. And also, when the outside world changes, automatically we get upset. We always wish a very peaceful environment, peaceful world outside. And also, there are three challenges, severe challenges that we have in this level, we are unable to overcome. That is why a Buddha appears in the world. That is why we need a sublime truth in this world. Buddha says there are three reasons, three challenges that we should find a spiritual teacher and his sublime truth. What are those challenges in our life? Yes, very good. Jara, aging, marana, death, and yes, jati, tribal. These are challenges. In this level, in the mundane level, even though we practice a lot of meritorious deeds, we can make a peaceful environment and we can have a blissful life hereafter. But we are unable to overcome these challenges. Sometimes we can overcome some diseases, some sicknesses. Sickness doesn't belong to here. And sometimes you may be healthy, lifetime. Even though you are healthy lifetime physically, mentally you are unhealthy with these diseases, with these problems. That is why Buddha has proclaimed another path, deliverance path in the supramundane level. In this level, it is enough that we have the karmic law, kammasakata jnana, actions and results. In this level, the knowledge of karma is enough. But when we go to the next level, in the supramundane level, we should have a very special knowledge that Patisampada, or dependent origination or dependent arising or causality. How suffering arises, how suffering ceases. Whenever we experience the world with ignorance, with delusion, then our mind is fixed in outside. Then outside world changes, we are suffering, we get upset. If we have real understanding what happens to the world, what happens to my experience, what happens to my physical body and my mind, then we understand 6 internal senses and 6 external objects. Our entire life is our 6 senses, like eye, ear, nose, like that. And also external objects, sight, smell, sounds, like that. The nature of these things are impermanent. Impermanence means that they arise at the moment, they cease at the moment. This flower is alive when I look at it. When I don't experience, there is no flower here. Your children are alive when you think about them. If you don't think at the moment, you have nothing. Every moment they are alive, the experience arises and immediately ceases. As soon as we experience something through our senses, 6 senses, if we have this understanding, as soon as we experience something, the ordinary people look at outside, we look at inside. When a baby is playing here, running here and there, everyone looks at him. But a person who knows the Dhamma, look at inside, what happens to my mind when that baby is playing, running. Then automatically we can overcome problems. And our entire life is the present thought. That present thought is not alone. It consists with other four things: Rupa, forms; Vedana, feelings; and Sanya, perception; Sankhara, mental formations; and consciousness. These five things together. Whatever we experience as a flower, as a paper, as a sound, as a smell, as a taste, as a some feeling, it means these five aggregates at the moment arise. Then immediately they cease. Actually, it is different from realm to realm. You know, Buddha has explained his Dhamma especially focusing on four apayas, four hells, human realm, and 6 divine realms. And Brahma realm sometimes different. Sometimes they have only one aggregate. Some beings they have only 4 aggregates. In the human realm and heaven realm, they have 5 aggregates. However, even though we have 1 aggregate, 4 aggregates or 5 aggregates, everything is impermanent. Impermanent means every moment they arise and cease. When you think your youngest son at the moment, now sometimes you are happy. Next time you think about the son, you may get upset. That experience is not same forever. From moment to moment, according to your present mental condition, it's different. When you think your brother, sometimes you are happy, sometimes you are unhappy. When you think your body, sometimes you are happy, next time you are unhappy. Sometimes you are angry. Even though experience is same outside, according to our present mental condition, from moment to moment, our present mental condition is different. If we can understand this reality, actually we always reflect on impermanence. When we reflect on impermanence, at the moment, we don't find a person or thing outside. We always look at inside. We start searching the causes of arising of this experience. When we divide, when we classify those reasons, we know very well any cause doesn't belong to anything. For example, when you hear this sound, because of my finger, you heard a sound, but this sound doesn't belong to my fingers, your ears, your consciousness, even to the air. This sound doesn't belong. But without these causes, reasons, you are unable to listen in the sound. Like that, when you look at your son, when you look at someone, you have some experience. Because of several reasons, you experience your child. But those reasons don't belong to your son or child. Now, when you look at me, you think that this is this Bhante. You think that this physical body is that person. But however, if I die here, suddenly. Then no more you say me that this is Bhante. Then you may say that dead body, you call 119 directly. There is 911. There is a dead body here, please come here. Soon. Like that. Now we think that this body belongs to that person. Actually, it is not like that. Because of several reasons, we make a person. We have a person. But when those reasons separate, suddenly the experience ceases. If we can understand this reality, we have no attachment. We don't find a son or daughter. We don't find a mother or father. We find only reasons. It doesn't mean that we don't fulfill our duties. Actually, we respond them. We fulfill our duties more than other people. Other people give them only food, clothes, medicine or something, material things. But if you have this understanding, you are hurried to give them these offerings. These are the real offerings, real gifts that you can give them for their inner peace. If you are compassionate, if you have loving kindness, you should give them the real gift to them, how they can develop their inner peace, happiness. And also here in this level, whenever we reflect on this reality, impermanence, with the understanding of the dependent origination, arising and ceasing, at the moment, we don't find a person outside, but we can imitate the person. We know very well that person is alive at the moment, according to my experience. Then we can fulfill our duties, but we have no attachment. We don't find a person. We don't find a son or daughter outside. If we have this highest attitude, it means we have overcome aging. We have overcome death. We have overcome rebirth. And day by day, we should go forward on this path while we are earning money, while we are taking care of our children, while we are feeding our children. We should give the priority to practice these qualities. In the mundane level, we should take a real refuge, going for the Buddha, going to the Buddha for refuge, Dhamma and Sangha. And also we should practice 5 precepts as much as we can as well. And also we always reflect on impermanence. I is impermanent, forms are impermanent, lights are impermanent, ear is impermanent, sounds are impermanent, like that. Finally, we reflect on impermanence of 5 aggregates. Rupa, forms, Vedana, feelings, Sanya, perception, Sankhara, mental formations, and Vijnana, consciousness. Every moment these 5 aggregates arise together, cease together, arise together, cease together. Then we have real freedom because we don't depend on anything or anyone. Outside persons and things are unable to disturb our peace of mind. Even though they are destroyed, even though our body is going to old age, sickness, death, we don't depend on even our physical body. That is the real freedom. Even though we have our own house, we have no freedom if we depend on outside. If we have this attitude, high attitude and wisdom, even though we are in the prison, actually we have real liberty, liberation, freedom, because we don't depend on outside. That is why Buddha pointed out the way how we make a real liberation, freedom, everlasting happiness, enlightenment, Nibbana. Have any question? Yes, when you read this handout, you can improve your understanding. The dependent origination and Four Noble Truths, and also practicing fourfold mindfulness are interrelated. Understanding the dependent origination leads to understand Four Noble Truths. And understanding Four Noble Truths leads to practice fourfold mindfulness. Sakara Satipatthana. Fourfold mindfulness is the real refuge, field, land, area that we can live in. Whenever we are in mindfulness, with the awareness of our body and mind, reflecting on impermanence of body and mind, at the moment we are in the field of the Buddha. Whenever we are away from mindfulness, it means we are in the field of the Mara. Then Mara can control us. Whenever we are in the shelter of the Buddha, it means we are in the mindfulness. That is the real protection. Buddha says, come to my shelter. Come to under my shelter by practicing fourfold mindfulnesses. That is the real refuge. Buddha says, Yo paticcasamuppadam passati, yo dhammam passati. He who sees the dependent origination sees the Dhamma. Yo dhammam passati, so paticcasamuppadam passati. He who sees the Dhamma sees the dependent origination. On the other way, Buddha says, Yo dhammam passati, so mam passati. He who sees the Dhamma sees the me. He who sees me sees the Dhamma. And understanding the dependent origination is the way to see the Buddha. And practicing mindfulness is the way to live with the Buddha. And taking care of having refuge, going for the triple gem, by practicing the Four Noble Truths, we should make a real refuge in our life. And that is why we were born in this world. While we are studying, while we are doing our jobs, while we are earning money and other things, while we are fulfilling our duties as parents and children, we should give the priority to practice this path. That is why we were born in this time, in this world. Okay, for that, I wish you all the best. By the power of all these highest meritorious deeds, by the power of these streams of merit, may our departed relatives receive these meritorious thoughts, and may they enhance their spiritual energy. May they also attain the final bliss of liberation. With that intention, let's share these merits with our departed relatives, reciting the Gatha. Idamme jnatinam hotu sukhita hontu jnatayo. Idamme jnatinam hotu sukhita hontu. Idamme jnatinam hotu sukhita hontu jnatayo. By the power of all these meritorious deeds, may guardian deities and angels also receive this spiritual energy. May they enhance their divine energy. May they keep their eye on you too. May they also attain the final bliss of liberation. With that intention, let's transfer these merits to guardian deities and angels too. Akasattha ca bummata deva naga පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිत्वा චිරං රක්ඛන්තු ශාසනං ආකාශට්ඨා ච බුම්මට්ඨා දේවා නාග පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිत्वा චිරං රක්ඛන්තු දේශනං ආකාශට්ඨා ච බුම්මට්ඨා දේවා නාග මහිද්దికා පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිत्वा චිරං රක්ඛන්තු සංසදා. By the power of all these meritorious deeds, may you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no problems come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May your all righteous wishes meet with success. Finally, may all of us attain the final bliss of Nibbana, the everlasting happiness. Sadhu. Dukkham pantā ca niddukkha, bhayam pantā ca nibbaya, sokam pantā ca nissokā, hontu sabbe pipānino. May the triple gem bless you.